Wu-Tang Clan and their crimes shaped one of hip-hop's most legendary groups. But behind the platinum albums and global fame lies a darker truth. These weren't artists pretending to be from the streets, they were the streets. And that reality came with a price few fans ever knew about. Staten Island in the 1990s was a breeding ground for desperation. While the rest of New York saw economic growth, places like Stapleton houses faced crushing poverty. Manufacturing jobs disappeared. White families fled to suburbs. What remained was a community abandoned by opportunity, but flooded with crack cocaine. This wasn't just background noise for Wu-Tang. This was their daily reality. Members grew up watching teachers buy drugs on street corners. They saw neighbors transform apartment buildings into drug empires, generating thousands weekly. The crack epidemic hit Staten Island like a hurricane in 1987, leaving broken families and addiction in its wake. Robert Diggs, known as RZ-Day, almost never became Wu-Tang's leader. He faced an 8-year prison sentence for attempted murder. Only a hung jury saved his future. That close call with prison changed everything. Music became his escape route from a life that claimed so many others. But RZA wasn't alone in brushing against serious prison time. Dennis Coles, better known as Ghostface Killah, lived as what sources called a hardened criminal. He was known for stabbing people in the face. Police arrested him with a .357 Magnum, hollow point bullets, and a bulletproof vest during a traffic stop. He pleaded guilty to attempted robbery. Along with his associate Grant, Ghostface openly sold crack cocaine from Stapleton benches, turning buildings into drug operations. Corey Woods, or Raekwon, was deeply involved in what he called hip-hop street culture crimes. He sold weed, cocaine, and crack to fund his expensive taste for clothes and parties. The lifestyle nearly killed him. Raekwon was shot 4 times and barely escaped death in a crossfire incident. The NYPD launched a specialized task force targeting dealers exactly like him. Russell Jones, Old Dirty Bastard, had the most extensive criminal record of all. Before music fame, he was convicted of second-degree assault for attempted robbery in 1993. Someone shot him in the abdomen in 1994. His legal troubles only got worse during his music career. Police arrested him for failing to pay child support. He pleaded guilty to attempted assault on his wife. Armed robbers shot him in the back and arm during a home invasion. The incidents kept piling up. ODB shoplifted $50 shoes while carrying $500 cash. Police arrested him multiple times for criminal threatening. They charged him with attempted murder and weapon possession, though the case was later dismissed. In 1999, NYPD officers fired 8 shots at him during a traffic stop. A grand jury cleared him when no weapons were found in his vehicle. ODB's chaos reached its peak in 2000. He escaped a court-mandated drug treatment facility and spent a month as a fugitive. During that time, he made a surprise appearance on stage with Wu-Tang Clan. Police eventually caught him and sentenced him to 2 to 4 years in prison. The FBI took notice of Wu-Tang's criminal connections. They formally investigated the group under criminal enterprise statutes. Agents tried to build a case that their music was a front for organized crime. ODB's FBI file contained details about alleged connections to 3 murders and a RICO investigation targeting the entire group. No charges were ever filed against Wu-Tang as a whole. These weren't publicity stunts or manufactured drama. When Raekwon rapped, "I grew up on the crime side," the New York Times side, he meant it literally. His lyrics detailed selling drugs as the only way to earn money. When he mentioned drug loot, that came from personal experience, funding his life through illegal means. The group's raw, unpolished sound on Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers wasn't accidental. Critics called it sloppy drum programming and unpolished sound quality. But that gritty aesthetic directly reflected their environment. The music sounded rough because their lives were rough. Wu-Tang transformed personal trauma into revolutionary art. Their success proved that authentic street experiences could drive both critical acclaim and commercial success. They influenced fashion, inspired independent entrepreneurship, and paved the way for artists like Nas, Notorious B.I.G., and Jay-Z. But the street origins never fully disappeared. Even as global superstars, legal troubles followed several members. The FBI investigation, though it yielded no charges, showed how deeply their criminal past was embedded in their public image. Wu-Tang Clan didn't choose the streets for marketing purposes. The streets chose them first. Their music became a survival mechanism, transforming the pain of poverty, violence, and criminal necessity into timeless art that resonated worldwide. And while the world praised the art, the artists were still fighting demons the world could never see. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want more stories that dig deeper than the headlines.